Personality is important for authors, presidential elections, and all of us too. That's why I chose the 1960s song, You've Got Personality, sung by Lloyd Price to start us off. So let's continue. There's a saying in sales and marketing that people do business with the people they like. And there's a similar one in politics that says, people vote for the candidates that they like. And here's a saying that writing coaches often say, readers read books, and moviegoers watch movies that feature characters and actors and actresses they like. For all of this, personality is the defining characteristic that makes us like someone. So let's delve into personality. How might you define personality? Well, psychologists say it is a combination of attitudes, beliefs, feelings, morals, and behaviors that make each of us unique. There are personality tests that you can take to characterize yours. A popular one is Myers-Briggs, which many of you might have taken either in school or at work. By answering a series of questions, your personality is profiled according to 4 dimensions. For the first, the ends of the axis are labeled extroversion and introversion. It measures where you get your energy, internally or externally. The second axis measures how you gather information, and the ends are labeled sensing and intuition. The third measures how you make decisions. Its ends are labeled thinking and feeling. And the fourth measures how you deal with the outside world. The ends are labeled judging and perceiving. Your scores position you somewhere along each axis, and there are 16 personality types, each summarized by a 4-letter acronym. For example, ISTJ. ISTJs are introvert, sensing, thinking, and judging. You might enjoy reading articles or watching videos explaining more about Myers-Briggs, and while doing so, you and your family or significant other might enjoy characterizing one another. Another popular method is the OCEAN, O-C-E-A-N technique, which employs 5 scales, 1 for each letter in its name. The scales are openness, conscientiousness, extroversion, agreeableness, and neuroticism. And like the Myers-Briggs, you simply answer a series of questions. By the way, you can take these tests online. And even though the answers are subjective, the results are surprisingly accurate. A variant of the Big Five is the Hexaco, H-E-X-A-C-O, personality theory. According to Hexaco, the 6-factor personality model is based on these dimensions: honesty, emotionality, extroversion, agreeableness, conscientiousness, and openness. You can find articles or videos discussing this one as well. Can your personality change as you age? Neuroscientists say yes, because our brains are neuroplastic, which means the brain forms additional neural connections, and this causes the personality to change. And here are some popular buzzwords accompanying any discussion of personality: authenticity, agency, intentionality, leadership, teamwork, soft skills, including language, writing, music, and painting, and hard skills, such as analytic, logical, and mathematical thinking. Modern neuroscientists say personality is encoded in our genes. Have you ever heard of the term social memes? Social memes are the overall personality of a society or civilization. They are embedded in culture. and can evolve as culture changes. Each culture or nation has a distinct personality, as does each region of a country. Current neuroscience tells us that our interneural connections store our memories. In fact, everything about us is contained in a constantly shifting state of interneural connections. You might remember from biology what axons, dendrites, and synapses are. Cellular biologists have recently found intracellular structures they call microtubules. They contain electrochemical regions along them that are the analog of computer logic algorithms associated with rational thinking and decision making. And neuroscience tells us that memory and emotion are contained in the brain's network of neural connections. Neuroscientists have developed tools and techniques for modifying brain cells and connections. And today they are conducting actual experiments by using computer chips embedded in the brain to determine how a computer can be connected to the brain and thus manipulate that person. By the way, there are neurochemical transmitters that are also included. Here are some of them. Dopamine rewards pleasure and serotonin alleviates depression, anxiety, mania. LSD and other psychedelic drugs are structurally similar to serotonin and thus affect the same receptors. Adrenaline regulates arousal, also known as fight or flight. You might like to read the book Emotional Intelligence by Daniel Goleman, which gives less technical but more practical advice for understanding your personality. Not long ago, I came upon a YouTube video that described how to categorize a country's personality via its dominant emotional characteristics. The presenter made a convincing argument that there are 7 personality defining emotions for this. They are fear-based. Fear is the main emotion dictating how the tribe or country behaves. Prehistoric man, early religious cultures, and authoritarian civilizations from long ago operated this way. Shame-based is an internalized self-belief of worthlessness or inadequacy. In these cultures, people are shamed into following the cultural norms. World War II Japanese kamikaze pilots and Japanese people killing themselves rather than surrendering are examples. Pride-based. These nations and cultures exude confidence in their accomplishments and self-reliance. Early hunter-gatherer tribes, as well as ancient Chinese, Greek, and Roman civilizations would be considered pride-based. Disgust or hate-based. World War II Nazi Germany, or some of the Middle East and African ethnic wars are examples here. Guilt-based. Early Christian civilizations used guilt to control its followers. Envy-based. Communist countries like North Korea are based on envy. Anxiety-based. Much of postmodern Western civilizations, including Scandinavia and the United States, have anxiety about the future, which drive their nation as well as an individual personality. Well, I asked ChatGPT to answer this question. What 7 emotions would be used to classify countries? Here is its answer. countries can be classified according to 7 basic emotions, which are commonly recognized across cultures. These emotions include happiness, surprise, sadness, fright, disgust, contempt, and anger. These emotions are considered universal and can be used to categorize countries based on the emotional responses and expressions. Well, I asked ChatGPT this follow-up question. How important in a presidential election is a candidate's personality? Here's its answer. Research indicates that a presidential candidate's personality traits and personal characteristics plays a significant role in how voters evaluate them and make voting decisions, though the importance varies across different voter groups. Personality traits are considered highly influential in shaping voters' perceptions of candidates. Key dimensions that voters assess include honesty, integrity, competence, experience, leadership ability, and compassion and caring. In recent presidential elections, candidates' character and personality have received considerable attention. Specific traits like honesty, competence, leadership, patriotism, and trustworthiness have been focal points. However, the outcomes of elections regarding these different personality traits vary across elections. Interestingly, voters tend to prefer candidates they perceive as having personality traits they value highly in themselves. Traits such as openness, agreeableness, and emotional stability. So while personality is important, it's not the only factor. In a 2023 Pew Research Center study, it found that 66% of U.S. adults consider it extremely or very important. So, I'm going to end this podcast. So, I want to thank you for listening, and I will say bye-bye until next time.